Hey there, good morning, everyone. It's a good day, it's a beautiful day, Sunday morning. We wrapped up our Princes of the Apocalypse adventure with my home group who comes to my home every other weekend. They found the last two prophets of elemental evils, and instead of just a final knockout, drag out fight, they actually negotiated and kind of joined the club, and so to speak, which is kind of what that group tends to do. They like to, find cults and join them, and then betray them, and then find another cult. It's a good group. We had a great time, and we're going to transition to Planescape for our next session. They're now all level 7. They accidentally found a magical portal in the form of a ale mug that took them to Sigil, and by the time we have our next game, Planescape will be out, and I'll be reading up on it and preparing a homebrew adventure for that when they come visit. And so, yeah, we're going to continue our discussion. We started off in our last short video talking about crafting an adventure, creating an adventure, and we narrowed down first our main antagonist, and that's going to be this Were-Tiger. Now, we also talked about the motives, right? This isn't just this character just isn't a stat block, right? It's not just a matter of taking this number 120 and reducing it to 0. There's story behind it. So we're going to revisit our notes. So we got our main antagonist, Were-Tiger. We know this is a martial hunter type character. This is a physical character, so this could likely end up in a fight, but doesn't have to. And I also noticed that they are, when rereading the description, that they're hesitant to spread their curse because they're very territorial. Another Were-Tiger in a Were-Tiger's domain could be a bad thing. But maybe there are some desperate times, and desperate times call for desperate measures, and our main antagonist could be forced into a position where he or she has to, attract more followers in the form of making them Were-Tigers. So what kind of desperate times? What's happening? So we know that they live in jungles. They also probably live near habitable settlements because they are humanoid and they shapeshift into an animal. So they probably live near a city. I'm thinking our antagonist lives somewhere near a city and a jungle. So what would make someone who is hesitant to spread a curse go out and purposefully do that? Now, one thing I was thinking is like maybe another encroaching lycanthrope group. Another lycanthrope group is coming into these jungles. Maybe they've already taken out some Were-Tigers, and our main antagonist is the last surviving one who's kind of fighting his or her own battle against encroaching lycanthropes. So perhaps our main antagonist is looking to the settlements to find ways to rebolster their numbers, because you can have a large jungle, right? And that doesn't mean there's only one tiger or one Were-Tiger in a given jungle. There could be a few, but there's not going to be a whole ton. And I'm thinking these encroaching lycanthropes have come in and are causing trouble. Probably even taken out, and now we have just one surviving lycanthrope. So I'm gonna make a note of that. So we got encroaching lycanthropes, and we can decide what type of lycanthropes they are. Have taken out some Were-Tigers already. Our main antagonist is the last one in the region, trying to rebuild and fight back other lycanthropes. Now, I'm starting to like this because I don't like a main antagonist just to be stereotypically evil. Haha, I'm the bad guy. I'm just going to do bad things because I'm the bad guy. No, why is this person doing these bad things? So our main antagonist is forced into a position where he or she has to do something they don't want to do, and that's also going to attract the attention of our heroes, our player characters. and how they react to this once they find out, the motives behind the main antagonist. That's what really makes a really interesting game, because players, they have infinite options. They can make any number of infinite decisions that affect the outcome, that affect the result. Take our game last night, for example. We didn't do a big final battle when they reached the end. So, yeah, keep that in mind, because players are very inventive and players can come up with stuff that you hadn't accounted for, and that's okay. That's one of the beautiful things about the game, in my opinion. That uncertainty, that unpredictability, and your need to react on the moment when a player decides to do something you didn't think of. All right, so we're making good progress here. So we got our motives, we got our villain. So let's kind of focus, hone in now, and look at like stats and stuff, stat blocks and such. Now we know that a were-tiger is pretty tough, right? CR4, so first level group of first level characters, is not going to want to tangle with this person just yet. Shape changers, they can use an action to polymorph into their tiger form or hybrid tiger form. Let's see. Any equipment it is carrying isn't transformed. So if this person is wearing like armor or something, when they make a change, that armor is going to break apart and collapse onto the floor, unless the armor itself has some magical enchantment which it makes it morph with the beast. All right, advantage on perception. Anytime it involves hearing or smell, so hiding from him or her is going to be very difficult. What is their perception roll? So they got a 5 already. And if they're hearing, or if they can hear or smell you, we get to get advantage on that. All right, pouncing, this is cool. It can knock you down prone if it gets a chance to run at you. And we got multiple attacks, in human and hybrid form. Tiger form, they can bite you. Claws, or in hybrid form. Claws, tiger, and hybrid. Scimitars. Now this we can change this part up. We can maybe give it a different type of weapon set, even maybe even a magical weapon, maybe. But this can change up. All right, so we got a good idea of how this thing's going to fight. It's going to stalk. It's going to try to pounce and knock you down. Because if it does knock you down, it gets to take a bonus bite attack against you. And if you're prone and knocked down, that bite attack is at advantage. Now these are lone hunters, right? They don't get like pack tactics or anything. Right, so I'm gonna go into my VTT here. Now this is the Frozen Heart VTT, but I'm not setting this up for the Frozen Heart. I'm just using it as my kind of my backdrop. So I got some VT. I got my stat card here for a Were Tiger. So let's ask, who was this Were Tiger before they got cursed or blessed, depending on your point of view on that. And who this Were Tiger is going to be a big impact on the story. So when I'm kind of thinking of the who and the what and the why, there are times I like to use a little randomness. So what race is our were-tiger, right? It doesn't have to be a human. It could be any living biological type race. I don't think an autognome, those are those constructs from Spelljammer. I don't think that would qualify. I don't think a reborn, the Ravenloft lineage where you died but you're not quite undead but you're not alive. I don't think that would work. It would have to be like a living biological thing. So I'm going to go into my notes. Now I set some stuff up here where I can kind of have some random options. Now I went through all of the resources I have on Beyond and looked at all the player, race, and lineage options that come with those resources that I have. We got 48 of them. So we got 48. So how do we get to randomly 48? Now, if you do a d6 times a d8, that would do it because if you rolled a 1 on both die, that's going to be a 1, and if you rolled a 6 and an 8 on both die on the dice, that would be the 48. So let's see what that gets us. I'm going to go back into here. Where's my dice? Let's go into dice. I'm going to do a d8, a d6 times a d8. All right, so we got 7 times 3, so 21. What's a 21 give us? 21. A gnome. Okay. It's funny, I was talking about the auto gnome earlier, but a gnome, living creature who can receive a curse and transform if need to be. So a gnome. Now we'll keep that in mind. This isn't set in stone. These are just ways to kind of get ideas going. Now if we had a gnome, what would the background be? And I kind of set up the same thing here. 27. We can do essentially the same thing. 3 times 9. Sorry, I was just trying to rethink my math. So do a D4, ignore a 4. So that's 2, and I'll do a D10 and ignore the 10. So 14. 2 times 7, 14. What kind of background is a 14? 14 is a haunted one. Now that comes from the Ravenloft book, but it can still apply. Someone who's seen something horrible, and that might not be a bad thing based off the setup we've already described. Someone who's having to do something they don't want to do because something bad is happening. Haunted one fits right into that. Let's go take a look at that. I'm gonna go look at this haunted one here. I guess I could have just searched for it and found it. Backgrounds, haunted one. You're haunted by something so terrible you dare not speak of it. You try to bury it, run away from it, and this thing haunts you. It can't be slain with a sword or banished with a spell. It can come to you as a shadow on the wall, a nightmare, memory that refuses to die, whisper in the dark. And this burden has taken its toll, isolating you from people, making you question your sanity. Got to overcome it before it destroys you. That's not bad for that's kind of in line to what we're thinking of. We can say that our antagonist witnessed something so horrible, maybe affected his or her mind a little. And this horrible thing that our antagonist has witnessed can be in direct relation to its motive. Maybe it witnessed, one or two of its fellow were-tigers being slain terribly by, whatever enemy they're fighting. So that gives you some more proficiencies. Okay, choose two. Okay, okay. So what kind of harrowing event? What is this one dark moment? This one terrible thing that haunts us? Let's give it a roll. What does this say? Oh, didn't roll. Okay, we'll do it this way. Oh, there they come through the. Okay. Harrowing event. All right. 6. Well, I think that is you're cursed with lycanthropy and later cured. No, that's not going to work. What was the next one? 8. You opened an eldritch tome and saw things unfit for the sane mind. You burned the book, but its words and images, not kind of in the flavor of the adventure we're making. What was the other one? 3. An apparition that has haunted your family for generation now haunts you. Don't know what it wants, won't leave you alone. Now, I think like number 1 would be the monster slaughtered dozens of innocent people, spared your life, and you don't know why. I like that one better. Did terrible things to avenge the murder of someone you loved. No, we haven't done those terrible things yet. I think, okay, yeah, so that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to go with Haunted One. I'm still not convinced on the gnome aspect yet, but we'll see. So we're going to say here our background for our main antagonist going to be haunted one. And this is going to relate to the killing of the other were-tigers. Now, the backgrounds do give you a thing, so what a benefit. So, what is this? Feature Heart of Darkness. Those who look into your eyes can see that you have faced unimaginable horror and that you are no stranger to darkness. Though they might fear you, commoners from you will uttermost to help you. Unless you show yourself to be a danger, they may even take up arms to fight alongside you. This could be how he or her finds her converts. Because anyone who's looking into the eyes of this person as a humanoid is going to going to feel some pity, right? I can see the pain in your eyes. I'm sorry. It kind of lowers the guard a little, allowing for our antagonist to lead them out, do whatever they want to do, get them cursed. And so, yeah, this could actually be one of the tools they use. I like that. I'm going to make a note. Heart of Darkness generates pity and empathy and lowers the trust of potential victims slash converts. All right, this is getting nice. Okay, so let's go back to the race. A gnome were a tiger. Let me think for a minute. I like gnomes. I don't think a gnome fits for this theme though. Gnomes are about, tinkering, inventing, experimenting. I guess a gnome could have, I'm not going to go with gnome. If there was some other theme that a gnome would fit, I'd be okay with that, but it just doesn't seem to fit. So let's look at another one. How many do we got here? 48. So yeah, the 6 times 8. D6 times, it's a 5, D8. 5 times 6 is 30. Ooh, hobgoblin. I kind of like that. Because you can okay, hobgoblin. Let's look up hobgoblin. Large goblinoids, dark orange, red skin, or red orange skin. Measures virtue by physical strength, martial prowess. Hey, that's very similar to a were-tiger. Belong to a family of creatures called goblinoids, often found lording over their cousins. Martial might, military legions, strategic thinkers. Okay, I'm starting to like this. What do hobgoblins like? Better yet, let's look at our player races. Let's go to, where are we at? Oh, sorry. Monsters of the Multiverse. Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin traits: creature, humanoid, medium, dark vision, good, Fey ancestry, Fey gift. To take the help action as a bonus action. Okay. Hospitality. I'm looking at hobgoblins. Yeah, looking at hobgoblins. Okay. Passage. You and the creature help each other. Creature. Okay. All this is about helping still. Spite. Wow, hobgoblin's got a lot of stuff. Fortune of the many. If you miss with an attack roll or fail an ability check, etc., draw on your bonds of reciprocity to gain bonus equals all the number of allies you can see within 30 feet. Okay, let's do that. Hobgoblin, Were-A-Tiger. Now I'm thinking we have, because these are militaristic people, the hobgoblins. So I'm thinking maybe goblinoids. These hobgoblins are going into this jungle, and they find these were-tigers. The were-tigers don't have a lot of hard time putting them down or chasing them out. And maybe this one hobgoblin got captured, critically injured, whatever, and drew some empathy or pity from one of the were-tigers who decided to give them the curse. Yeah. And then later, as our hobgoblin were-tiger is acclimating to its new life, being a were-tiger, that's when we have the trouble, the haunted effect, or the horrible effect that turned him into a haunted one. Okay, so yeah, we're good here. So we're gonna say hobgoblin. Um, Turned during goblinoid raids into this jungle. Became one of them. Oop, I'm spelling poorly. Witnessed their demise. Haunted one. Okay, so this is a really good spot, I think. And I think we're gonna take a break here. But I'm very pleased with what we got so far. We got a very in my mind I can see it. I can see this antagonist. I can see it out in the jungle, mourning the lost, being traumatized by what it saw for these other lycanthropes, which we still have to define later. Um, and this trauma affecting how it thinks, and now all of its other were-tigers, that it had known are gone, and it has to rebuild. All right, friends. Well, thank you for hanging out with me as we build an adventure. Again, if you have ideas, things you want to put in this is all open and public. Use this as much as you like, as little or as much as you like. And I'm gonna go get ready to watch some football. We got our Frozen Heart session coming up on Tuesday, so we will be recording that, and I'll getting that posted up. Maybe before then, we'll do another part three craft and adventure video. But until then, have a wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.